LGBT was it LGBT? Is that what it is? Hell, I fucking love that group, man. Liquors. That's liquor, gun, beer, and titties. Fuck yeah, man. Let's do that. Liquor, gun, beer, and titties. Why don't we just stand for that one? That'd be awesome. Okay. Oh, well. Let's go. These things, I said, when we're watching you. Been watching some shit on the fucking news. Got some things I need to say. First off, fucking hell yeah. Great Britain decides to leave the EU. Well, good for you. That's good to fucking leave them. Well, it's your fucking country. You decide your own fate. Doesn't affect me, so I'm good with it. I think it's great. I think anytime you get the opportunity to stick your foot in the establishment's ass, absolutely. Absolutely. Give it to them. Give it to them 100%. And see, but I want you to do something for me. Britain, I want you to do something. And not all Americans are going to tell you this. Because they got this sense of idealism that they've accomplished something. And they did. Well, they didn't. Their forefathers did. Their forefathers accomplished a lot. But unfortunately, in today, they're missing a lot. They didn't learn anything. They didn't pay attention. They were busy hashtagging and wanting to pee in other people's bathrooms. And they have a sense of feeling of entitlement and not a sense of duty, honor, respect, and gaining something. They don't know how to earn it. All they know how to do is expect it. It's probably because they're spoiled. Americans are very spoiled. They're very spoiled people because they've had it. So they don't know what it is to earn it. So with this newfounded liberty that you have, this newfound leaving the EU and finding yourself in your own country again, and your own people, and you've got your ideas, and you can put forth whatever you want in your country, and you have this opportunity to do something really great again, to really do something amazing. From an American, I want you to do me a favor and always do this. And I mean this sincerely, from the bottom of my heart. Never let the next generation forget what they had before. Never let them forget that they didn't have the things that you're about to give them. Opportunities. The ability to be their own man or woman. To build their own country and not worry about what everybody else thinks about it. Because everybody else doesn't have to live in it. It's yours. If they don't like that country, they can leave your country and go somewhere else where they feel they would like it more. Where they could feel like they could be appreciated more in another country, so they don't have to stay there. So don't let them fall in the same traps that America did. Where Americans feel like they have to give up everything just to make other people feel like they're sorry for what they done. Because they didn't do anything. And I want you to know, you didn't do anything. Let your next generation realize, no matter what, that the next generation had nothing to do with the generation that preceded it. That for everything that you do in your country, there was a reason, there was an attitude, and there was a why. That it just didn't randomly fucking happen. No matter where you go down. And I know that people today will look at what's going on, and they will see politics, and they will see design, and they will see laws, and they will see all these things. That's not who I'm talking about. I'm talking about the generations to come in your country. You're now new, independent, own country of Britain. You finally got it back. But many generations down the road, they're going to look back at what you've done. And you don't want your generation to look back and go, God, we were a bunch of dicks. We were a bunch of assholes. We were pieces of shit. Never let them not have pride in their country. Never tell them that when they're prideful in their country, that when they have pride in it, and they walk around with their flags, and they believe in what they've done, and they believe they fight the good cause, that these are good things. Never let them be embarrassed of their own country. Never tell them it's a bad thing. It's never a bad thing to look at your country and go, no, I don't like that other country because I love my country. Oh, it sounds insensitive. I know right now at this time and age, I know it sounds insensitive to say, no, I could care less about any other country except my own. I live here. I appreciate it. It's mine. I take care of it because I don't want to lose it, because I know that this is a great thing. This is a great country. Don't let the generations after you feel like they have to apologize for their own country, because they don't. It's theirs. Always let them know that they should decide what their country does, and they in no way, shape, or form are entitling anybody else to an apology, because if they don't like it, they can always leave it. So don't let the other generations that's going to come after you, that'll be later on when you're not around, when you're gone, and your names, or some of you may do great things in your own country, some of you may just pass away, but family members will remember them. Tell them not to be embarrassed of their country. Never downtrade their country. Always look up to it, because it's merely just politics and government, and not people hating other people. Tell them that just because you love your country doesn't mean you hate everybody else. Tell them that other countries will stand behind the idea that if they say something great, why, it's pride in their country. But if you do something that says your country's great, why, you're just a racist bigot. You're just an egotistical, racist son of a bitch who doesn't appreciate any other country or culture. Let them know that that's a downright lie. That's a false flag lie. That just because you take pride in your country doesn't mean you hate all other countries or think all other countries are crap. You just happen to think yours is the best. Yes, you're completely biased in this situation. Yes, you're egotistical in this situation because you happen to like your fucking country. So don't let other generations take that away from them. Let them know that the people in that country, no matter who they are British. They take pride in that. They're not African British. They're not European British. They're not Red British. They're not Native British. They're not Hispanic British. They're British. Every one of them are British. And that there will be people on the other sides of this world, people from outside their great country, who will try to influence them from within to separate them from their country. They'll try to give them, well, you had a different culture. Well, you had a different idea. You didn't want to leave the EU. You didn't. But some dirty people in your country did. And when they left the EU, well, they took your culture away from you. Well, they branded you without even asking. Don't let them fall for that. Make sure that they realize they could have been born anywhere. They could have been born in some really shitty places, but they were born in Britain. And them being born in Britain was a great thing for them to be born in. Let them take pride in that. Never let people influence them from within their own country. to hate their country so much that they'd be willing to sacrifice everything you guys did for the opportunity to fit in to somebody else's idea. Let them believe and let them know that in your eyes, being British is the most amazing thing. Because you will have a rare quality. You will know what it's like to have no one hear you, no one care, to be downtrodden in your own country, to be ripped apart in your own country, and the rest of the world telling you, well, most of the people in that world telling you how stupid and ignorant and downtrodden and egotistical and self-righteous, how it can't be done, how you're giving up all these things for what? For the ability to be a sovereign nation of your own? You're giving up the EU, man. You're giving up the best. But all they're telling you is you're going to walk away knowing, yeah, supposedly it was the best. And nobody hurt us and nobody cared. We were over here and we wanted our own country. Because you didn't know the practices that went on in this country prior to us becoming an independent Great Britain. You've only known of us as the EU. How the hell can I have pride in something that's 1,600 miles away of a foreign place? How can I have pride in that? Well, hell, it doesn't even recognize me. It doesn't even listen to me. I can't make any laws in my country without going through them. I can't have anything without asking them. This time around, no. You make sure that they never forget that. That you didn't want to pay money to somebody just to have them never listen to you and not take you into consideration. I say these things not because I'm preaching to you and not because I think I'm better than you. I tell you this, Britain, because I see the mistakes of a country I live in and all the ones that they're making. See, I unfortunately come from a country who has no pride in itself. It will allow anybody at any time to march down the street with their flags of their supposable countries where they say they live and breed, but have never been. I got blacks, Hispanics, Asians. I come from a country, and may baffle your mind, but I come from a country, and it was really crazy, but every walk, breed of person is here. Every one of them. It is fascinating. But everybody from around the world lives in this country. There is a representation of every possible denomination, every possible culture here in this country. And they've lived and they've had children here. Their kids live here. To the point to where when their children are born here, they're automatically given a citizenship here. Automatic. They don't have to pass any grade point tests. They've got nothing. They can just be here. They're considered it. They didn't have to do anything. They just got it. And in my personal opinion, I think they got the lucky end of the stick. They got to draw the big card. They got to draw the big card. They got lucky, man. So lucky. But unfortunately, in this place that I live, we are so scared, so sad, and so, oh man, humble, not to offend anybody, not to take pride in ourselves, not to take pride in our own nation, that we allow people to wave foreign flags in this country. But not only do we allow them to wave them, we allow them to burn ours. We will walk by as citizens, as our military, as our police, as everybody, mayors, congressmen, senators, people who are supposed to be taking care of us, will allow these people to raise a foreign flag on the soil of this country while they take the flag of this country and burn it in front of everybody. That's the people that live here. It's not foreigners doing it. It's people who are actual citizens of this country can take foreign flags and put them in the streets and everywhere, drape themselves in them, and take so much pride somewhere they've never even been. But they take pride in that, and they burn their actual flag while they do it. I'm telling you this because I live in a place where people are afraid, and you can see it in their faces, and you can see it in their hearts, and you can see it in their eyes, and you hear it in their tone, that they just are embarrassed of their own country. They no longer stand outside and pridefully tell you, no, that's where I'm from. I'm from this place. No, we're the best. We're best at everything. When we did it one time, we'd had these amazing things. We used to be very proud of ourselves and proud of our accomplishments. Because we did them together. We did them as a nation. We did them as a country. Win or lose, we took pride in it because we did it together. But we let, from the inside, we let people tell us that that wasn't good. We should never take pride in ourselves, pride in where we're from, and pride in who we are. That the rest of the world looks at us like this, and if we want to get along with everybody else, we got to be willing to give up that pride of ourselves. And it's sad because we watch everybody around us take a lot of pride in themselves. While we can go north or south and watch people have pride in their country, and we applaud them for it. Not only do we applaud them for it, we revel in their pride. We revel in it. We're like, yes! People overseas, we can't even see the freaking country. We can't even drive there. We got to fucking fly there or boat there. And we watch them take pride in their country. So prideful of their country. And we revel in it. Yeah, that's culture. That's culture. Yet we sit here in our own, and we dare say, nay, you don't take pride in that. Can't be proud of that. Can't be proud of that. Don't let your generations to come fall into the horrific state in which I find mine in. Don't let them do what we've done to ours. Tell them to always have pride in their country, to be willing to fight for it, to tell anybody at any given time, we believe we're the best, and we'll prove it every time. You may not like us, but you don't have to be here. You may not appreciate what we're doing, but you don't have to do it. And you always have the option of leaving or trying to change it. If you don't like it, get involved. Get involved with it. Find out how it works, and let's see what we can do to make it better. I'm more than willing to see if we can make it better. But first off, you must have pride in something and really care about it to want to make it better. If you don't like something, you just want to tear it apart for no reason. You're not even prideful in it. You like playing a game, a sport, and you have a lot of pride in that sport. You go in there and set the sport on fire, spit on it, throw it across the ground. As a parent, you don't even respect it. What would you do to change it? You don't want to change it. You just want to destroy it because you don't respect it in the first place. Always make sure, please, do yourself that favor. Because I would hate for one day to be looking back, or you somewhere else after you've left this planet, maybe hear about that country you love so much, so dear to you, and you left it to your children and your grandchildren and your great-great-grandchildren, and they're spitting on it, throwing it around, scared of it, have no pride in it, and could care less about it, and complain about it, and bitch about it, and whine about it. Not because they have pride in it, not because they feel they've been downtrodden in it, but literally because they fucking hate it. Don't let your generations hate yours as much as I find that generations here hate their own. I'm not preaching at you. I'm not bitching at you. I'm doing it because I live in that situation right now. It's a horrible situation to live in. And all you got to do is cut on the news. Hear some bullshit from a couple of stupid ass people. Not just a couple. I mean, it'd be different if it was 3 or 4 people. I mean, fucking droves of people. Just look around. Next time you find somebody from my country, ask them, hey, you from here? You know, mention my country. Just mention it. Tell them, hey, you from there? I can tell your accent, you know, blah, 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 and your dress, you got the ball cap on, yeah. And watch how fast they try every way possible to justify where they're from by going, well, yeah, I'm from there, but, you know, originally I'm from, or, yeah, I'm from there. Oh, not, yeah, absolutely. You heard of us? We're awesome. Just give that a try, and then come back and talk to me about how much you think I may be crazy. I'm not. So, there's that. But don't do that. Please. Congratulations on being your own nation again and being able to say that. Being able to say, yes, we're Britain, we're proud. We may have left. We may have even, you know, the money, we'll make some back. We're a nation. We have all these awesome things called resources. We will make it as a country. We will make it as a nation, and we'll make it on our own, and we'll have a lot of pride in that. Always make sure that the next generation remembers that, knows it, and knows where they came from. But they didn't have it easy. They didn't go down easy street. It wasn't all of a sudden the next fucking day everything popped up. It wasn't always the nice flower that you see in front of you. It wasn't always daisies. Let them know that every British man in that and British woman in that country, every one of them suffered, not just a small, minute group of people. Don't let them believe that. Don't say, because it's impossible. It would be impossible, and you know it to be impossible. Everybody in your country has had some sort of downtrodden. Don't let them use things in your country to make you believe and make them believe that one group had it worse than another group. It's Britain, for God's sake. Not one half Britain, one half Britain, one half. It's not like 6/4 of a Britons. Take it as a whole. Make them unified. Make them care.